Yo, everybody out there in YouTube land, all you RWBY lovers out there, Jake and OneManBand is back again. I'm bringing you another RWBY in-depth look. This time we're going to be looking a little bit in-depth into Team JNPR. And just to let you guys know, these are basically my own ideas, facts I've gotten from the show, and also I've gone onto the internet to the RWBY wiki and have confirmed some things and gotten some more things to talk about. So anyway, let's get started, shall we? Well, let's dive right in, shall we? We got the leader of the team, Jaune Arc. His influence is from the actual Jaune Arc, from France, I think it was the 11th century, somewhere around there. Fun fact, the Jaune Arc was condemned to death by the Cardinal of Winchester. Cardinal Winchester bullies Jaune Arc. It's really funny. There. History fact of the day. You just got a little bit smarter. Alrighty. Jaune's weapon is a sword and shield. Pretty basic, pretty generic, not real fancy as the Team RWBY's weapons that, you know, have dust compatibility and bullets, and they're also double as guns and stuff. Jaune is mostly a melee fighter. He's going to be fighting, you know, right there up in front because he's got the big kite shield and the long sword. Now, his armament actually has a name. The name is Corsa Mors, something like that. It's Latin. And I got that off the RWBY wiki, if you were wondering. Alright, we can assume that his fighting style, although he doesn't really have much of a fighting style due to the fact he lacks any proper training. But since he's being trained by Pyrrha, we know that he's going to actually be a little bit more trained in this upcoming volume. We can assume that his fighting style is going to be like the standard guy with a sword, guy with a shield, defensive, he attacks with the sword, he blocks with the shield, stuff like that. Just play any generic MMO fighting style game, you'll see how his fighting style is going to be. But the one thing that really sets him apart is his immensely strong aura. Pyrrha makes a note that he has a very strong aura, strong enough that it actually heals a fresh cut on his face, as well as acting as a force field for him. Will he be able to use this in battle? Most definitely. He's going to be using his aura as a force field for himself, as well as maybe even his healing. Like, he can maybe take massive damage from a hit and then heal himself. Who knows? Because all we've really seen is him healing a little cut. And maybe later on in the series he'll get like disemboweled or something and he'll be able to heal himself. But here's my question. Is he going to be able to use his power of his aura to maybe heal others? This maybe will put him into maybe the paladin type sec. For all of you who play MMOs. Me personally, I don't really play World of Warcraft, anything like that, but my research has shown paladins, they're real defensive and healing. And that basically sums up what Jaune is right now. Alrighty, of the fights we've seen him in, we have seen him be very efficient, if you want to use that word, in both blocking and attacking with his sword and shield. Although he does lack the training, with proper training he will get very good with attacking and defending. Also during fights, he is able to build strategies in his head rather quickly. In Team JNPR's fight with the Deathstalker, he was able to see that its stinger was a weak point and was able to direct Pyrrha to attack it, and then told Nora to then attack it with her hammer. So although, as of right now, he lacks the actual fighting skills, he does make up for it with strategy. So it's safe to say that with the proper training, his melee attack and defense will be very strong. Yet, due to the fact that he doesn't have any ranged weapons, his ranged attack is basically non-existent. But with that kite shield of his, he probably will be able to deflect or block incoming attacks, as well as using his aura as a force field. So basically, he's got double defense, if you want to use that term. Alright, next up on the list is Nora Valkyrie. Now I know what you're thinking, you thought I was going to do Pyrrha next, but in the lineup of Team JNPR, N comes next, so we're going to Nora. Alright, her weapon of choice is a warhammer / grenade launcher that goes by the name of Magenhild? Something like that. Once again, I got it from the RWBY wiki. Now, I'm not sure if that's the correct way to say it, due to the fact that it probably comes from Norse. It's probably derived from some sort of Norse word. And actually, I believe that Nora's actual what's the word I'm looking for? Inspiration. Her inspiration actually comes from the Marvel character Thor. Well, he's also a Norse god, you know, from Norse mythology, but due to the fact, you know, Avengers and the Thor movies, so I just put him in with Marvel first. I'm sorry. Her emblem represents Thor's Mjolnir hammer. And by the way you see Mjolnir is spelled, you'll understand why I don't believe that Nora's weapon's name is correct in my pronunciation. So anyway, we got the emblem that's similar to Thor's Mjolnir hammer. We got Nora wielding a giant hammer. And also, her last name Valkyrie derives from the ancient Norse mythology creatures. They were winged women-type creatures that would come down from Valhalla and take great warriors who were slain in battle to take them up to Valhalla, which is their version of heaven. A lot of Norse inspiration was put into Nora. As we can see by Nora's weapon, the giant warhammer, her way of fighting is obviously going to be bashing, smashing, and then with the grenade launcher it's going to be blowing things up. Now, we have seen that Nora can use her grenade launcher for both long range and when it's in the hammer form for close range explosive action. She can use the explosions from her grenade launcher to propel herself towards enemies, away from enemies, into the air. She can bolster her attacks with the hammer, with the explosions. It's almost a parallel to how RWBY uses the power of her sniper rifle to propel herself and greatly enhance her speed. Now, as for Nora's semblance / speciality, it's really up in the air. I'm guessing it has something to do with amazing strength. I mean, she's able to have this giant hammer that's bigger than she is. She's able to fling the thing around with ease and smash things with it. So her semblance, speciality may be enhanced strength, maybe enhanced speed as well. Really, it's up in the air. In Volume 2, hopefully we'll be able to figure out actually what it is. Alright, with both her grenade launcher and hammer in thought, her speciality of fighting, her way of fighting is probably going to be very strong, offensive. Both in ranged and melee combat, she's going to be a real powerhouse. She's the powerhouse of Team JNPR, obviously due to the fact, you know, giant hammer and explosives. Yet, that giant hammer doesn't really call for much in the way of defense. She's able to block generic attack, much like RWBY can, but when it comes to a giant attack, she's either going to have to evade or have somebody else take the damage for her. Probably Pyrrha or Jaune, due to the fact that they have shields. Yet, any way you slice it, her purpose on Team JNPR is to be the hard hitter and to just attack, attack, attack. Next, we have Pyrrha Nikos, the ultimate warrior, if you wish. Now, it's stated in the series that Pyrrha is already a very accomplished fighter. She's won tournaments many times in a row. She's basically a celebrity, was at the top of her class at her former school, and it's only by some weird, strange coincidence that she wasn't leading Team JNPR. Yet, despite all of her great feats, she is not a very arrogant person. Which is strange, because it's said on the RWBY wiki that her inspiration was from the Greek warrior Achilles. You know, half demigod, son of Zeus, had the Achilles heel weakness. He was a very, very stuck-up, arrogant person. Pyrrha isn't that, unless she's putting on a facade for some reason, which may be happening. No, that's stupid. That's just stupid. Alrighty, her weapons are both a shield and a... how do I put this? It's a javelin sword rifle. Because it's 3 things in one, you know, awesome like that. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of her weapons, but they're going to be put up somewhere around here for you to see, because, you know, they got a bunch of accents and under thingies that I don't really want to try, you know. Alright, let's just start simple. She has a shield. Now, it's not a standard round shield, nor is it a kite shield like Jaune. It's a shield that I would say is much like the Greek Pyrrha would have. It has special indignations in it, you know. That way she can put it in front of her and still poke people without, you know, having to move the shield and poke. It makes for a very powerful defense and offense due to the fact that her weapon doubles as a javelin sword rifle. Alrighty, Pyrrha's javelin is also rocket-propelled, as we've seen from when she saved Jaune from his landing sequence when they were going into the Emerald Forest. And from a javelin, it breaks down even more to be a double-edged sword. And then from a double-edged sword, it breaks into a rifle. Now, somehow this rifle has a scope on it, even though I haven't really seen it. So, with both the rifle, sword, and javelin, her shield is really effective due to the fact that she can have her shield on one arm and her weapon in the other. So she can easily use the spear or the rifle and then easily, you know, put the shield in front of her to block any incoming blows. And, as we know, Pyrrha's semblance is power over magnetism, polarity. So with that, she can probably even use her javelin more accurately, because she can probably make split-second adjustments in its trajectory, as well as, because we have seen that she can use her shield as a form of a discus, decapitating disc of doom, if you wish. That's just something I got from watching Predator 2. But we can assume that the two of them are made of metal. So she can use her power over magnetism to affect their trajectory and even bounce them back to her like a boomerang. So we have an accomplished fighter with efficient weapons and defense. Pyrrha Nikos is basically an all-around attack high, defense high. Ranged combat is good because of her rifle and javelin. Ranged defense is good because she has a shield. The only fault I may see is that she may become overwhelmed when fighting multiple opponents. Due to the fact we haven't seen her fight multiple opponents, we've only seen her fight the Deathstalker, which she already had a team with, but when it only came down to her fighting it herself, she chose to retreat, which was probably the best course of action due to, you know, giant scorpion. Really, if you ask me, Pyrrha's weakness is yet to be seen, and we're probably going to get some form of weakness from Pyrrha in Volume 2. Alright, last one on the list for Team JNPR. Lai Ren. Awesome. Voiced by Monty Ulm himself. According to the RWBY wiki, Lai Ren's inspiration was from actually Hao Mulan. The, you know, ancient Chinese hero was a woman, disguised herself as a man, led China to victory against, you know, people. There's a Disney movie off of it, come on. Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me? I'm sorry for that awful display. Alright, Lai Ren wields two dual pistols known as Stormflower. By the look of these two pistols, obviously they're fully automatic. They got blades doubling as handle guards, and they've got extended clips. Now, one of the things I personally saw is when he fired, the hammer did not come back on the weapon. Now that may just be animation error, but I have come up with two theories about that. One, it's animation error. They're supposed to, the hammer's supposed to pull back, in which he's actually firing bullets. Second, the hammers don't fire back, and he's firing a combination of dust and his own aura. Because we have seen that, as well as using the blades on his pistols as melee weapons, he is an efficient martial artist, being able to use his aura to double as a force field and to amplify his martial arts blows. But my own personal thoughts are, in using his aura in attacks tires him out rather quickly, due to the fact that after his fight with the two-headed snake, its name escapes me at the moment, he seemed a little bit winded. When he chased after Nora, when she was riding the Ursa, he was winded. After his attack with the Deathstalker, he collapsed. Now, that may have been because he was thrown up against a wall. Also, it may have just been an inside joke due to the fact that Monty Ulm, the creator of RWBY, doesn't sleep. But I take everything as face value in this. I take whatever it gives me and break it down because it may be true. Yet, he is the most acrobatic of all of the group. He's able to, do flip-de-doos. He's very agile. He was able to evade the double-headed snake. For a while, he was able to get on top of the Deathstalker. I can see Lai Ren as being either the acrobatic distraction or the martial artist frontrunner of the team. Now, his dual auto pistols, they don't really have oomph like a bigger gun would have, such as RWBY's sniper rifle or something. But they were able to weaken the Deathstalker's stinger. So his weapons are probably most effective when they find a weak point. Then he's able to, get up close with his acrobatic skills and hit that weak point really quickly with his auto pistols, and then is able to get away before the baddie can actually do something about it. Alright, as for Lai Ren's semblance slash speciality, once again, it's up in the air, much like Nora. I'm guessing aura control and martial arts, because that seems to be his strong suit, as it was seen with the two-headed snake fight and the Deathstalker fight. To sum up, Lai Ren is a very good acrobat. He's going to be able to use his acrobatic skills to evade melee attacks and ranged attacks. He's got ranged weapons, even though they're pistols, so they don't have high range and high damage, but they do have multiple impacts due to the fact, dual auto pistols. And his melee skills seem to be pretty high due to the fact that he both has the blades on the pistols as well as being able to channel his aura into his martial arts strikes. As we can see with the Team JNPR lineup, we got two defenders, Jaune and Pyrrha, and then we have two attackers, Nora and Lai Ren. The Jaune and Pyrrha, although they can double as ranged and melee attack, they can also use their shields, and Jaune can use his aura, maybe, to either block attacks going toward Nora or Ren, due to the fact that they lack really effective defensive capabilities. The last thing I want to touch up on, when they went to the Forest Temple, all of the members of Team JNPR received the white rook pieces. Now, the rook on a chessboard, it's real definitive in its way of attacking. It's either straight forward or straight to the side. No matter how far it goes, how short it goes, it can go anywhere on the board as long as it's in a straight line. So, it's got high impact at close It's got high damage close, high damage at range, which is a lot like Team Juniper. And as well, due to the fact that it resembles a castle, it also implies that it has strong defense, much like Team Juniper. It's got high attack and high damage, although not as agile or acrobatic as maybe the bishop or the knight pieces. Alrighty, I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys think I've missed anything or wish for me to go over anything else in detail, leave a comment down below. Like and favorite, subscribe. You guys help me out a lot every time I get likes, new subscribers. I have no idea why you people are still subscribing to me. I mean, am I that good? I don't think so. But anyway, any comments that I get, it's real encouraging to me. It helps me out a lot. And I guess I'll see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land and I get another RWBY video out to you. Hopefully not too long. Next time I want to tackle some of the minor characters in RWBY, much like Professor Ozpin, Glenda Goodwitch, Velvet, and maybe Roman Torchwick. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!